Okay, so we understand that YouTube is a source of information. It's a source of information. And I went down the rabbit hole on so many different subjects. I don't even know where to start. But let me start with this today. And let me tell you guys, good evening, good afternoon. If you're in the East Coast, good evening. If you're in the Central Coast of the United States, good afternoon. If you're on the West Coast, good morning, whatever time it is. And if you're anywhere in any parts of the world today, good night and good morning to you. And I do apologize if it's a little shaky outside. I'm outside, so it might be a little noisy. I wanted to come on and talk about something. There is ICE agents imprisoning and deporting the indigenous Latinos slash Native Americans. There are ICE agents deporting the indigenous slash Native Americans. The indigenous slash Native Americans have been warred with for 400 years. And many people forget about the indigenous slash Latino Native Americans. They forget about these people, that they are the actual Native Americans. They are the Toltecs, the Mayans, the Incans, the Mexicans, and the Zapotecs, etc., 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 descendants. And right now, ICE agents are deporting them because of their ethnicity and because some of them came here illegally. Now, I understand that they are dealing with a lot in their countries. A lot of them are coming from countries where they feel as though they don't have the resources and the opportunities like the United States. They're trying to get here for a better life for their children. And one thing I realized about Latinos slash Native Americans, hey, I hope you guys are having a good Friday. Happy Friday. Many blessings. Shalom and Ashe. That being said, the ICE agents are holding them at the border. They are holding the indigenous slash Latino slash Native Americans and deporting them. And they want to come here for a better life and a better opportunity. They are running from their countries. And they are still colonized. And they're still dealing with a lot of division amongst themselves. And the reason why this needs to be talked about is because the United States withholds this information about these Latinos slash Native Americans. They withhold this information that they are the indigenous descendants of this land. They are the Mexican, the Zapotec, the Incan, the Mayan, the Toltec, etc., etc. And they are being discriminated against in their own motherlands. They're being discriminated against in their own motherlands. And apparently, Donald Trump has these ICE agents deporting them because they're coming here illegally. They're coming. I understand that they want to get here and there's a lot going on, but they have to come. They have to come legally. I mean, my heart is with these people. My heart is really with these people because we live in some very dark times with this man in office. We live in some very dark times with Donald Trump in office. He was elected one term, and then Barack Obama was elected, and then he was elected again. No, I got it wrong. He was elected years ago, and then President Biden was in office. And then it was Donald Trump again. That's what happened. But the interesting thing is there is just a lot going on in this world. There is a lot going on in this world. These children are being ripped away from their mothers and their fathers that are trying to get here for a better circumstance in life for their children. They are hard workers. A lot of them work on the mushroom plants, and they pick a lot of fruits and vegetables for the Americans. And Donald Trump apparently doesn't understand mathematics and economy very well, because without the Latino/Native Americans, we understand that a lot of Americans wouldn't be able to eat their vegetables and fruits. We understand that a lot of Americans would not be able to eat their vegetables and fruits. Now, one thing that's interesting about President Donald Trump here is he couldn't even run his own damn business. When he used to come on, I don't know if anybody's familiar with that show, Shark Tank. I think he was on there one time at one point on one of the episodes in the past. But he can't even run his own business. He can't even run his own business. Mr. President Trump could not even run his own finances and his own business. And we have this man directing the economy. We have this man in office directing the economy. We have that man in office directing the economy. He doesn't even know how to run. He didn't even know how to run his own corporation. Can I get a reply from everybody saying Donald Trump did not know how to run his own corporation? So how can he be a president when he can't even run a business? Make it make sense. Does it make sense? Does it make any sense? Please make it make sense. Does it make sense? I just need somebody to tell me, does it make sense? How are you going to run a nation, right, when you can't even run a business? He cannot even run his own business. How can he run a country? Does it make any sense? It doesn't make sense. In order to understand how to run an economy, you need to understand business, period. And this man obviously does not know how to run a business. I'm not saying any business owner is perfect. They make mistakes, you know. I done studied business administration in theory, but I don't have it in practice. But I studied it in theory, so I understand it a little bit. But he can't even run a business. He can't run a business. I hope the American people select someone that is able to run business and understand economy in the next term. This is what I hope for the American people, that they have a awakening of wisdom, that they pick someone that is financially able to run and manage a country, a business that can also run a country at the same time. If that makes any sense. Where are my community college level educated people at? Where are my community college level educated people at? Where are you guys at? Where are my community college level people at? Let me hear about the community college people. But stuff is just too much. Stuff is crazy. There's that war going on in the Middle East, and our brothers and sisters in the army are sacrificing their lives for greed and selfishness and people that don't know how to manage a country correctly. And I pray for them because, it's really sickening. It's really sickening what goes on behind closed doors. Now, I'm not a police officer. I'm not a politician, but I just really hope that Americans pick someone that is for all Americans. What about our education systems? Let's talk about the public school systems, okay? The public school systems where children can't even read past 8th grade. Children can't even read past the 8th grade. They don't even know how to solve. Hello. They don't even know how to solve. You can ask any American directly, what is 2x plus 12 equals 10? Can they solve that off the top of their head? Yes or no? If I were to go out and ask each American, what is 2x plus 10 equals 12? Would they be able to tell me the answer in 5 minutes? Yes or no? If I were to go outside and ask people in my local area, what is 2x plus 10 equals 12? The things that we learn in public school, how many people would be able to answer that question? How many people would be able to answer that question within 5 minutes off the top of their head? It's really just pathetic. It's pathetic. And I find it really discouraging and sickening how dishonest our leaders are, how dishonest they are about things for greed and for supremacy. And we understand that this has a biblical connotation to it, a biblical connection. Those are those people that believe in the Bible, that was raised Christian, understand that there's a biblical spiritual battle going on, that we do not battle against, what is it? We don't battle against flesh, but principalities. I forget. But the point is that what is going on right now is keeping a lot of us divided, and that was the reason in the first place. But don't people that have children want better for their children? Don't they want better for their children and their children's children? Don't they want a better education system for their children's children? Like, I really just have to know. I really just want to know. You know? I really just want to know. And it's just so unfortunate. And you know what it's like, so many people try hard to get ahead, but there's so many different obstacles and other instigators amongst ourselves that try to be the enemy within. The enemy within could be your own family members and your own friends that you trusted. That when you trusted the wrong people. You know what I mean? It's always, this is the system we live under. Competitive capitalism. Dog eat dog is what my dad calls it. So, but you know, something says in the Bible, what's the saying? What is it to win all these witches and lose your soul and go to hell? What is it to win all these riches and lose your soul, lose your source of humanness and go to hell? Let's speak the truth, because there's some people that are Christians but are not true Christians. There are some people that are Christians that are not practicing the true Bible. They're not practicing the true word of God. They're practicing the word of demons and devils. They're practicing the dark arts and the works of Satan. People are doing the works of the devil. Literally. They're doing the works of the devil. They're doing the works of the devil. Everybody is out for themselves and preoccupied with just other matters. But they can't look at their humanity and look at all the voices that we hear constantly on these social media apps. The frustration in people's voices just shows how disunified this country is and always has been. It's just showing the face. So how can America be great? Answer that. How can it be great with so much people complaining constantly about stuff that really shouldn't even have to complain about things if this is the greatest country statistically? Where is the statistics for this being the greatest country right now when you hear so many people with negativity, so much negativity and boastfulness online? How can this be a good country? I really would like to know the answer to that, from my perspective at least. So, social media is really putting a camera up to everybody in this country right now and how nasty and ugly America is. It really is putting a face up to everybody in this country of how nasty and ugly America really is. They say America is great. Make America great again. But where's the greatness with all the complaining on TikTok, Instagram, and the YouTube? How is it great with so much complaints? Can anybody say how is it great with so many complaints? Can any of you people say how is it great with so many complaints? That's a new slogan. How is it great with so many complaints? How is it great with so many complaints? And I'm not saying anything has to be perfect. But look, there's so many complaints. There's so many complaints. But you guys stay safe. That's what I had to come on and talk about. That was weighing on my spirit and soul. I had to get that off my mind. And I had to talk about that. And always understand, comparison is the thief of your joy and breeds misery. Always remember that. Comparison is the thief of your joy and breeds misery. All right, I'm out. Stay safe. Deuces.